mate, but I guess you're on the sort of right side of it this week.
Yeah, definitely, mate. You know, obviously it was good to get that one compared to after what we went through last week. I thought first 20 minutes was great. Really set the platform up. Game plan was perfect. Then just went back to some poor errors and put ourselves back under the pump again. And that's what we spoke about at half time. We're just better than that last 20 minutes before half time. That's not the way we play our footy. And you know, look at the second half. I mean, I can't talk for Zimmer, but I just really did feel that second half. You know, it's just a matter of you know, when, you know, not if, you know, we were finally going to get over the line. The boys showed a lot more patience, I thought, in the second half. But no, massive credit to them, mate. You know, we played with 15 blokes, I think, for about 35 minutes. You know, that second half. I can't give this guy that enough. You know, he shouldn't even be out there with that leg at the moment. But that's footy, mate, this time of the year as well. You know, with the Eagles and that. But yeah, I thought it was a great win considering how busted we were towards the end of anything like that.
I guess to shut it out as well. Speaks volume for the defense.
That's what we spoke about. Yeah, at half time. There's only two other things coming out at half time. It wasn't a rant and rave or anything. It's just yet again, our errors are making this a game of football. You know, when we're completing sets and we're playing our style of footy, I thought we were very in control. So we got back to obviously AB points. You know, getting back to the kick and putting them in pockets in the second half. We did that really well. But you know, it was a pretty simple message at half time. We've set ourselves a goal through this block of nothing more than 18 points conceded a game. That's what the top 6 teams are averaging at the moment. So I guess the message is pretty simple. You've let 18 in, you can't let any more in from here on in. And I definitely think there's a lot more urgency in defence in the second half compared to the first.
Yeah, considering it was very much a grinding win, I guess similar to last week, do you think there was perhaps a lesson learned in a sense?
I don't know if you look at that last field goal at the end there, I certainly think I learned a lesson. But yeah, definitely, mate. I think we spoke about half time. If we'd gone out there and turned a lot of ball over again, we were going to be up against it. You know, we had to learn that from last week, and you know, I didn't think, to be honest, mate, I didn't actually think we'd get that advantage that quick. The way the second half started, you know, I thought we'd start to probably get back into a grind for 10-15 minutes, but yeah, it just kind of opened up very quickly. We started getting that ascendancy again and really making those good yards, and you know, they've obviously come to the floor with his kicking game tonight, started putting them in pockets, you know, and being a lot more patient. That's the key, mate. I just think the end of the second half against Mackay last week, we're trying to score off every set. You know, I think that's the big thing coming out. And mate, sometimes it's because you're making yards too easily. You're getting your arms free too easily, and you're making too many yards. And mate, this is Intrust Super Cup. You don't score every set of 6, and the boys just have to get their heads around that. You know, when we're patient, I thought we scored some pretty. You know, I heard Zimmo saying it was a pretty dour event. I thought some of those late tries we scored were pretty entertaining, to be honest. But that just come from building pressure.
Yeah, I guess. Did you think that was, I guess, part of the reason they were, you know, could barely complete sets? Was the pressure?
I think so, mate. I think there was I think we had 4 or 5 sets in a row in the first half. So that all adds up in the back end of the game. It mightn't add up on the scoreboard straight away, but you know that time and work. You know, they ask a guy like this that makes 40 tackles a game a week. It does catch up with you in the back end. You know, building that pressure and. You know, things like getting kicking early on tackle 3 there. I don't mind that in the second half. You get those. I think that's. I'd back that's the most dropouts we've got, repeat sets we've got all year. And mate, I think Ipswich come out during the week. You know, the most exciting team in Australia at the moment apparently. And you know, as they said, mate, if you got the ball in your hand, that's half the job done. You know, they're doing the work. So I think that's the key, mate. You know, holding on to the ball more, repeats. You know, being patient, and then following it in a good ball and doing what we do. You know, I thought that was some. I thought they were entertaining, some of those tries, especially links down that left edge. You know, that's as good as it comes. That looked real sharp on video.
I guess you mentioned banged up. Like, can you put your Dr. Callahan hat on and do a bit better than you did with your Kafusi bloody diagnosis?
Mate, Ando may have concussion. I think he copped one in the eye, a bit of concussion there late in the half. Javid Bowen's dislocated his shoulder, so it's been put back in. But obviously, you know, he'll have to go get some scans and checkups on that. You know, that elbow Luke George isn't getting any nicer week after week. You know, Getty's getting his head re-stitched up downstairs at the moment. You know, Svensson didn't come out for the whole second half due to back. His back just kept spasming up. He just couldn't get into a run. You get the gist here. Obviously, Foose, Vi's down at dock at the moment, and this guy's leg. You know, I just can't get over it. I wouldn't be able to play through 80 minutes of footy with that leg. I'll be up front, don't go tell the boys that.
Just going back quickly to Bowen, am I right? Dave Murphy was playing in the centres?
He was, mate, yeah. Yeah. It was an interesting when I told Dave he was going to the Centres, it was a pretty interesting face he gave me back, considering he's a very confident young man, Dave. But yeah, I thought he did a great job, and I think you might have noticed the two of them were meant to be they're rotating in and out. You know, when Clarkie need a rest, and I think they got the job done. And credit to the boys, what they did really well was I think they were smart in knowing that they weren't the best defensive edge like that, and they were just getting up hard instead of sitting back waiting to be dictated to. So they did really well. You know, they're late in the game. It's a big centre, isn't it? I mean, it's Callum.
You got very good value, as you said. Clarkie, I think Spina seemed like he had a good game, and Vi did well as well.
Yeah, mate, Vi played 80 minutes of football, which is not easy for a man his size. You know, and he got through some sensational work. You know, Ben Spina doesn't put 2 games of football together like last week, so that's when we knew he was going to be better tonight. And I thought he was. I don't know if anyone noticed, it was a carry he took there towards the end, then he shot out of the line down the other end, and then he was gone. Obviously, those efforts, you know, what gets you in. And this guy, you know, I think he's an NRL quality back row sitting beside me at the moment. He's starting to look like that. And, you know, I don't mind talking in front of him. I think he came up here at the start of the year. Probably he's played a lot of cup at Wynnum, but I kind of told him he had to be a leader and step up. And it's probably taken a little while to get used to that because he's more as a utility and a bench player at Wynnum. And I think we're starting to see that probably in the last month. You know, you do that stat thing in the paper today. I'd love to see his tackles. You know, total for the year versus miss as well. It'd be pretty impressive. He's actually starting to do some stuff with the footy as well. Yeah, he's getting a little bit of ball in his hand. I don't know if anyone noticed, we stopped him and Vi around a fortnight ago. They swapped sides. So Vi's himself with Webster now and Clarkie over on the left, and that seems to be working well. I feel a lot more comfortable, and it's good. I think it's stiffened our left edge up defensively, and it's good for obviously to have a body like Vi around him, you know, just to be a little bit more dangerous. Isn't it funny that since Vi made the move over, Sam Hobbs' running games got a little bit better? When you got a body like that outside, people start to forget about the guy with the ball in his hands. I think it's working well. What's some questions for this player?
I was going to say, what's your take? What's your take on your form? Your coach has given you a fair rap, but you feel you're steadily improving, getting there?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a team effort, really. We've been just concentrating on our defence at the moment. Like, if we D up pretty good, we usually win games. Like, concentrate on that. Our attack seems full in place, so definitely a lot more comfortable on that left edge. Get you there. I don't know.
And you know, from my point of view, it seemed to be one of your better games tonight. Is that just a comfort thing? You're more comfortable around the boys?
Yeah, a lot more comfortable. I think, I don't know, just a bit more confidence around the team. Like, backing the bloke beside you, like, if you have confidence in him, like, you're pretty sweet with your, like, reads in defence and timing of your runs and stuff. So I think it's more of a team thing, just building confidence together, and hopefully we can take that next week.
It doesn't look real pretty, but what about the ankle? How tough is it playing on that?
Yeah, it's pretty tough, hurt a bit, but Doc reckons it's a hematoma, so I'll get a scan on Tuesday, but see how it goes. Take it by.
Do you need to do anything?
I think he might be having a week off next week at the moment. Like I said, they thought it was a hematoma, which Dr. Joe, you're asking what the medical had on, apparently is it's like a really good cork and bruising coming out of it, but without being a doctor, the way that keeps bruising up, it's only getting higher up the leg now. I think something's torn or fractured in there, so we'll get it, which is again very impressive that he played 80 minutes like that. So.
Do you need to do anything to it? You know, you didn't get an injection or anything before the game, or?
No, not before the game, because I didn't really see Doc much about it because we just brushed it really. But I don't know, just icing, compression and stuff like that.
He kept Cousins' ice in business for a week.
Definitely.
You like that one, do you?
But other than that, like, I don't mind if I have a week off. We've got plenty of depth in our club, so a lot of good young fellas coming through.
2 tries tonight, mate. I guess you've been praised for your defence this year. I guess you want to get the ball a little bit more in your hands and get across that one.
Did you?
I didn't think so either. I was gonna, I did. One was Ando's. I stole that off him.
Okay.
But yeah, just backing up, like I said, on the back of like you players around you.
Oh, the first one. Sorry, mate.
I was very happy to get tries though.
So who tapped that ball back?
Porty.
Yeah.
And so did Ando get his hand to it first?
He made a lunge at it, but just missed it. I was going to leave it for him, but I didn't know if cover was coming, so.
Really felt.
I didn't touch it.
I'll probably add that one. I really felt for Linkport tonight. a couple of those kicks, you know, he deserved better than that. You know, he's been putting a lot of. I know it's something we've been obviously copping a lot of criticism for. That kid, I reckon, would have hit at least 50 or 60 balls at training this week. You know, he's worked really hard on it. I know there was one there, the spray. There's one that they didn't even know what they were doing, up or down. That's how close it was. You know, and I just think you know, some of the stuff he didn't attack for us tonight was phenomenal. So I just want to give him a rap there. I know his head was down a bit in the sheds about the goal kicking, obviously, again, but he'll be goal kicking again next week. That's not the answer to keep chopping and changing around. You saw the way he was striking him tonight. He's got it in him. But I guess he made up for it with. I thought that last try he scored in the corner was pretty sensational. Kicked the ball in, big body like Firefly lower, trying to get you out the sideline as well.
Cool.
All sweet. Thanks, boys.